Broadway doesn't get hotter than this. Orlando Bloom, Condola Rashād, in the greatest love story of all time, Romeo and Juliet. Visit Ticketmaster.com.
Come, musicians, play! Aha, give room and foot it, girl!
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir? Quarrel, sir. No, sir.
If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No, better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw if you be men.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do thou but close our hands with holy words. Then love, devouring death, do what he dare. It is enough, I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore, love moderately. Long love doth so, too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady. Oh, so light of foot will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint. A lover may bestride the gossamer that idles on the wanton summer air, and yet not fall, so light is vanity.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, else is his thanks too much.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, and that thy skill be more to blazon it, then sweeten with thy breath this neighbor air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive, and either by this dear encounter.
Conceit more rich in matter than in words brags of his substance, not of ornament. They are but beggars that can count their worth, but my true love is grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For by your leaves you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
Hi everybody, I'm Justin Guarini and we are at the Richard Rodgers Theater today where currently Romeo and Juliet is playing on the stage. Now, normally my role is to play Paris in the play, but today I get to show you all the cool stuff that's happening backstage. Come on, let's check it out. Warming up is always an integral part of doing any show. And it's no different with the play. Behind me, you see our lovely cast comes and warms up and has fun every single night before the show. We have animals in the show, and they need to rehearse too, so check out bird rehearsal. Every single night, our wonderful crew makes sure that things are working on stage. Right now, behind me, you can see them working on the fire bars. Now, fire bars, good to make sure those things are working, especially when they're moving up and down and left and right. Now, our fire bar is actually pretty simple. There are two pilots, one on each side, that pump in the gas, light the pilots, and the flame meets in the middle. The beauty of making dangerous things look very simple and easy is practice, 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 which is why every night we have fight call. So the first time they go through the fight call, it's at half speed, walking speed. Then things ramp up to full production speed. That about wraps it up for our backstage tour. Thank you so very much for joining me, Justin Guarini, at the Richard Rodgers Theater for a tour of Romeo and Juliet. Now, before you go, make sure to check us out right here. See you on Broadway.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventures, piteous overthrows, do with their death bury their parents' strife.
Don't miss this modern take of the Shakespeare classic. Starring Orlando Bloom and Condola Rashād. Romeo and Juliet, recorded before a live audience on Broadway.
Joy to speak these words and with this cast.
He's got such spirit and he's easy on the eye. I think he's going to be fine, and I know he's enjoying it very much indeed. So,
Condola Rashād, Orlando Bloom, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. Need I say more?
It's a classic story. It's a story that resonates with everybody.
Everybody can relate to that first love.
The language is so beautiful, and getting to watch these actors bring it to life their own way is going to be fun.
Condola, she's an artist with her own signature, and she's a great artist.
I'm very excited to see what David's done with it, because David Below is an old friend of mine.
But it's fantastic when you think about it. This is the first time in 36 years that the play has been back on Broadway. And I was talking to the company about that tonight, saying, you know, it's really the only thing we have to think about tonight is just to celebrate that fact.
The director's vision was the present meets the past.
Sort of, it is contemporary, but yet there's no cell phones, there's no, machine guns and things like that. So we're sort of in our own universe.
It's absolutely thrilling. I know that on any given night, there are literally hundreds of young people out there who have never seen the play before.
I love the audience. They're so young, which is beautiful because that's what we wanted. We wanted that. We wanted young people to come and fall in love with Shakespeare and really be able to understand it.
2013 and William Shakespeare is back on Broadway in Romeo and Juliet after 36 years. I mean, it's to be a part of that is beyond an honor and a privilege. It's truly something that I will, treasure.
I mean, it is Shakespeare. much, kind of a good playwright. I'm very excited to see what David's done with it, because David Laveau is an old friend of mine and someone who's directed me in a production of The Trail some years ago, and I'm very excited to see what he does with his play. And I'm very excited to see Orlando make his big debut, and looking forward to it.
It's a very lively production. It's probably a production that suits Broadway very much, very outgoing, and wonderful story, wonderful play.
It's a very easy play to understand. It's not difficult. People think of Shakespeare as being complicated and outdated, but actually this play has the most wonderful poetry in it, but might be difficult for the actors to do, but it's not difficult for the audience to understand.
When Condola was 8 years old, she was watching a performance at Arena Stage that I was in. The lady who was sitting next to Condola asked her, she said, "And what do you want to be when you grow up?" She said, "I want to be a magic lady." And the lady said, "Oh, you mean a magician?" And Condola said, "No." She pointed to me on the stage and said, "A magic lady like my mother."
Absolutely. Absolutely do. I've fallen in love at first sight many times.
I definitely believe in love at first sight. Yeah? Yeah, without a doubt.
Yes, I do actually. I really do. Yeah, I believe in energy and love is a big part of that energy, and you got to feel it. And you know there is such thing as romance.
And I think what's beautiful about this story is that they do fall in love when they first meet, but their love actually deepens as the play goes on. It doesn't stay at the same level. It actually does grow into something else. And the reason why they fall in love is because they understand each other's language. And nobody else speaks to Juliet the way Romeo does.
Absolutely, which is why people shouldn't go around the street with their bloody iPhones.
Because you never know when you'll catch eyes.
If you're doing this, you miss the love of your life going by. I urge you, when you go out, leave the iPhone in your pocket, because you might see Juliet or Romeo.